Hi, this is Josh from OnlineFabricStore. Today we're going to be making a messenger bag out of 100% cotton fabric. The bag is a good size for laptops, notebooks, and overall general needs. So let's get started. The supplies needed for this project are a cutting mat with grid, 2 yards of fusible interfacing, 3/4 of a yard for the lining fabric and inner pockets, 3/4 of a yard for the main fabric, 1 7 to 9 inch zipper, 2 1 1/4 inch D-rings, a fabric ruler, pins, a pair of scissors, a yardstick, a rotary cutter, a fabric marker, and a stitch ripper. First, we're going to start by cutting out all the pieces. We made templates from cardboard to help speed up this process. We suggest you do the same, as it'll help with creating this and future bags. From the main fabric, cut the following. 1 16 by 11.5 inch rectangle for the back of the bag. 2 6.5 by 11.5 inch rectangles, part 1 of the front of the bag. 1 6 by 21 inch rectangle, part 2 of the front of the bag. 1 11 by 13 inch rectangle for the front flap. 1 6 by 42 inch strip for the strap. 2 6 by 5 inch rectangles for the strap tabs. 1 11 by 16 inch rectangle for the interior zipper pocket. From the lining fabric, cut the following. 2 16 by 11.5 inch rectangles for the inside body. 1 11 by 13 inch rectangle for the inside front flap. 2 11 by 8.5 inch rectangles for the inside pockets. 4 5 by 6 inch rectangles for the patch pockets that overlay onto the front pocket. From the interfacing, cut the following. 4 16 by 11.5 inch rectangles. 2 11 by 13 inch rectangles. 1 5 by 42 inch strip. 2 5 by 5 inch squares. Next, assemble the front panel. From the main fabric, fold the 1 6.5 by 21 inch piece into a trifold to form the shape of a Z. We'll use 1 6.5 by 11.5 inch piece and place it down right sides facing each other. All seam allowances are 1/2 inch. Sew one side and do the same for the second on the opposite side. Use an iron to fuse the interfacing. The soft side faces upwards, where the coarse side fuses to the fabric. Fuse the interfacing to the back of our newly constructed front of the bag, the back of the bag, the 2 inside body pieces, the front and back of the flap, the strap and strap tabs. Next, construct the inside pockets. From the lining fabric, place the 2 11 by 8.5 inch pieces right sides facing each other. Sew the left, top, and right sides. Sew the bottom as well, leaving a couple inch opening in order to turn the fabric right side out. Repeat this step for the other 2 pockets with the 4 5 by 6 inch pieces of fabric. Trim the corners to allow them to flatten out better. Turn the fabric right side out through the opening. Push out your corners. Iron the pockets. Where the opening is, fold it into place and iron. This will get sewn shut in the next step. Construct the 2 smaller pockets by sewing them onto the inside front pocket. Sew the left, bottom, and right sides, leaving the top open to form the pocket. Repeat for the second pocket. Reversing your stitch on the corners will form bar tacks for extra support. Construct the larger pocket by sewing the 11 by 8.5 inch piece of fabric onto the back inside body piece. Sew the left, bottom, and right sides, leaving the top open to form the pocket. Next, construct the zipper pocket. From the lining fabric, use the second inside body piece and place right side up. Place the fabric for the interior zipper pocket from the main fabric, right side facing down. Pin the two in place. Measure your zipper length from opening to close. Using the zipper, measure inward by 1/4 of an inch and make your mark. Measure out 2 straight lines to form the zipper's opening. Sew on and around the marks. Remove the pins, leaving a 1/2 inch at the start, and before you finish, use a stitch ripper or scissors to cut down the middle of the rectangle you just sewed. Cut a Y shape on both sides. Turn the pocket through the opening and iron it down as flat as possible, making sure you can't see the lining fabric on the opposite side along the seam. Using pins, secure the zipper along the opening. Make sure the zipper is spaced evenly. Position the needle all the way to the left. Sew along the edge of the opening, leaving 1/8 of an inch distance. Sew slowly to avoid any mistakes. You may have to avoid the head of the zipper. Simply move it to another position while sewing. Fold the pocket in half and sew along the 3 open sides to close shut. Put this to the side. Take the 2 side pieces of the outside of the bag and lay them right sides facing each other. Be mindful of the direction of your pockets during this placement. Sew around the left, bottom, and right sides. Open the bag and fold one side to line up with the middle inside seam to the bottom seam. Crease the corner and make a mark at 3 inches wide by 2 inches high. Sew along the mark. Cut the corner off at the edge of the seam, turn the bag right side out, and put this to the side. Next, construct the bag's flap. Place the 11 by 13 inch piece of fabric from both of the main and lining fabrics right sides facing each other. Use a cup to make round edges on the corners 1/4 of an inch from the outside. Sew the left, bottom, and right sides together. Be mindful that the 13-inch height is your length. Cut excess around the corners and cut V-shapes around the corner for a rounder edge. Turn the flap right side out and iron. At this point, you can top stitch 1/4 of an inch around or wait until the very end. Center the flap with the flap's lining fabric facing up on top of the main fabric on the back side of the bag. Zigzag stitch across to attach the flap, constructing bar tacks on both sides for extra support. You should have a couple inches on both sides from where the flap is centered. Next, construct the bag strap. Fold up a 1/2 inch on the sides from where the interfacing stops and iron flat. Do the same process for the 2 6 by 5 inch pieces for the strap tabs. Sew the tabs and strap shut along the open edge. Top stitch the opposite side as well. Use a D-ring and fold one of the tabs around it. Zigzag stitch across the bottom. Fold one end of the strap into the same D-ring and construct a 1/4 fold and zigzag stitch shut. Repeat this process for the other side. The strap seams should be on the inside facing each other. Sew the strap tabs to the outside of the bag, centering the tab to the middle of the seam. At the top, there should be a 1/4 inch overhang. Make sure to do a reverse stitch to form a bar tack for extra support. Repeat this process for the other side. Next, sew the inside body lining together. Place the 2 lining parts right sides facing each other. The opening should be facing upwards. Sew the left bottom, keeping a 4-inch opening in the middle and right sides. Be mindful of the direction of your pockets. Pleat your corners as previously done with the outside of the bag. Fit the outside of the bag into the bag lining, making sure the strap is positioned correctly towards the bottom. Tuck in so that the top aligns evenly. Pin the interior and exterior together. Sew a 1/2 inch around the whole opening, removing pins as you go along. Finally, pull the insides out through the hole you left open on the bottom. Work your back corners out first and pull out your material as best as possible. Iron the opening down to the 1/4 inch seam. Construct an invisible stitch to close the opening so you can't see the seam. Push the liner back inside the bag and iron around the top, making sure the lining is pressed inside. Top stitch around the entire top of the bag, as well as the flap unless previously done. All right, and there you have it. This is our messenger bag, perfect for back to school, notebooks, and anything else your heart desires.